Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? So, I think you've seen how this works, but I always like to remind people this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. Sometimes you'll have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. It's their ball game. It's their show within reason. Let them do whatever they need to within reason because they know what needs to be said. So we're going to talk to your mom. She says, I love you. I am so, so sorry. So very sorry that it had to be this way. It's all in God's plan. Don't be pissed at him. It's just the way it works. She's kind of breaking, it's like she's stretching her words out instead of rattling, which I expected from her. And before we come here, we decide our exit point. Why? I don't know. No clue. It can be we decide we're going to leave here either like when we're 1 day old or 100 years old. Whatever that timeline is, we're going to leave. I don't think we decide, we might. I don't know if we decide how we're going to leave before we get here. I think we decide after we get here, and it kind of depends on how people are evolving around us as to how that works. But it was her time to go. I know. Sucks, doesn't it? So know that it wasn't. She's being very strong about this. It wasn't anything anybody did right, did wrong, could have done different, could have changed. It was time. I know I bitch at them all the time. Why do you do this? They're not going to listen to me. We do not get to stay here. This is just a short-term trip. She says, make the most of it. Make the best of it. Something, she's showing me a calendar. I heard her say calendar, and she showed me a calendar. The 16th. What's today? Today's the 18th. She's showing me the 16th of a month. I want to say May, but don't hold me 100% to the May. So something about the 16th of a month, maybe May 16th. I don't know if she left on the 16th. That's somebody's birthday, anniversary. Not sure what she's referring to. Did something happen on May 16th? Anyway, the 16th of a month. She says, cars are fast and cars are pretty. Sometimes too fast. Make the most of your life. So she's going back like when you were little, like little. I'm going to say, show me again. Hang on. I'm going to say 5 years old and then a few years more. What did you always dream of when you were growing up? You know, when we're little, we go, oh, I want to be a ballerina when I grow up, or a doctor when I grow up. There's something that you kept repeating for several years that you wanted to be when you grew up. She said a mother is one of them. She said, go back, remember what was it you wanted to be when you grew up? Now work towards it. And don't let any of this stop you, and don't let any of this hold you back. You're better than the job you're doing. Don't get caught in a rut. Dream big, dream strong. I love you. Cherish those around you. You never know when they're going to be gone. Something about a dog. Just kind of just something about a dog that looks like a very large dog, kind of a brindle color. And I don't know why she's acknowledging this dog. She's not even letting me know if he's here or up there. Okay. Well, I live in Kansas, and she's showing me Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz in her ruby red slippers, and she's tapping, clicking her heels. Remember how she clicked her heels? I want to go home. I want to go home. I want to go home. And she's showing the little sparkles coming off of the slippers. Not sure what she's referring to. I live in Kansas. Wizard of Oz is a big sign for me from my dad. This doesn't have anything to do with me. I want to go home. I keep hearing that. She's still showing me the clicking the slippers and saying, I want to go home. Okay, so when she left, she says, do not feel bad about this. When she left, how do I explain this? She said, I want to go home, which is up there. That is actually home. And while I was growing up, I didn't know anything about this stuff. I kept thinking, I want to go home. I don't belong here. I want to go home. This is too hard here. I want to go home. But I didn't know what home was. But I just kept feeling that. And that's kind of the same thing she's doing. When the time came, she goes, I want to go home. I want out of here. I don't blame her. This place kind of sucks lately. And she was ready. But it was her time. And if you hear of anybody talk about like a near-death experience, you know, when you hear people actually floating over their bodies, I know that sounds weird, and they look down and let's say they're having an operation and they code and they floating over their bodies and they're looking down like, hey, what's going on here? But they're told to come back. It's not your time yet. You have to go back, but they don't want to. They usually will tell you, if you hear anybody talk about a near-death experience, they didn't want to come back. They wanted to go home. It was her time to go home. She's very adamant about explaining this. It was her time to go. She didn't want to come back. Not because she didn't love you. Not because she didn't love everybody else in the family. It's the soul. It's the soul, the spirit. We all want to return home eventually, and we will. But she was ready. She says, you weren't ready, but I was ready. There's a lot of dumb shit down here. And she says, I was ready to get out of here. Other than, you know, family ties. She says she does not want you to take this the wrong way. She said you'll understand someday when it's your time how you just want to go home. She says, but you have a long, long, long ways before you get there. So don't be mad at her for saying that. Don't take it the wrong way. She says, I can breathe now. No more crap. And I can still love you. I'm trying to asking her something. She's not answering. Hang on. I don't know what she's trying to show me. Okay, I don't know how long she's been gone, but she's showing you still as, and I don't know how old you are, and I don't ever try to creep anybody's Facebook page because it messes up what little logical mind I have, which isn't much. Like you're still kind of confused. I don't want to say depressed, maybe sad. So I don't know what part of the grief you're in, but she's showing it's her show. She can say whatever she wants within reason. Still sad, still times where you go, I want my mommy. She hears you. I promise you 1,000%. She can hear you. She can see you. Talk to her all you want to. And some people might tell you, oh, don't talk to them all the time because you're keeping them from going where they need to or doing what they need to. We don't have this heavy body anymore to hold us down. This is just our vehicle while we're down here. Our spirit, our soul is in this body. It's our little car we drive around on earth. And you can't tie a rope on her and keep her from going and doing the things that she needs to do. And she can be here as soon as you ask for her. Ask for her. Talk to her. You don't have to talk out loud. You can talk to her in your head. Telepathic. I've talked to a real life person in front of me, telepathically. So you may not hear her from the other side, but she's going to hear you. I promise you that. So when you're missing her, when you're feeling a little low, feeling sad, lonely, whatever, and you need your mommy, call on her. Talk to her. I promise you, she will be there. I'm trying to see what she's showing me. She's showing you sitting on the side of a bed. Doesn't have to be a bed, but this is the way she's showing it. And she comes up on your right side, but they always come up on my right side because my Bob's always on my left side. Well, other than he's not here right now. And she sits down on the side of the bed with you, and she puts her arm around your shoulder. You should feel this. And if you're still in a lot of grief, it's very, very hard to feel these things because deep grief is kind of like puts up a wall, which to me is ass backwards. That's when you really need to know they're okay. You really need to know they're still with you. So just keep that in mind. It could take a little bit. Like I said, I don't know how long she's been gone. She puts her arm around your shoulder. So you could maybe feel the warmth or pressure across your back. You might feel it here. Probably won't feel like a hand. And I don't know exactly how you'll feel it because everybody feels the energy different. It can feel like a warmth. It can feel like goosebumps across there. If Bob gets close enough over here, my ear feels like it's on fire. His energy just is so strong that it burns. It could feel like just a little bit of pressure. It could feel like a hair or a bug you can't get off. I don't know for sure how you will feel it. You'll know it when it happens. and she leans her head over towards you. Something about her hair, something about a hair product, the smell of her hair, the smell of her hair. You can get this smell. They love smells, sounds, electronics. It's something easy for them to do. If you put a big boulder in the middle of your living room and ask them to move it, that's probably not going to happen. So that smell, you might just get a little whiff of it. You can be in the store, you can be outside, you can be in your car, in your house, doesn't matter where you're at, you get that little whiff. You'll know because she'll pop into your head. Validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more. Give her permission to bring you signs. Just don't beg, don't demand, just ask her, please, I need signs from you. I always ask them to do something unique for their loved one because everybody knows about cardinals and butterflies and all that stuff. Okay. Okay. You've seen her. If you haven't seen her, you're going to. But what she's showing me, why it works this way, I don't know. You'll see in your peripheral vision, and I include this up here as peripheral vision because if I have my head down looking at something, and in my peripheral vision, I'll see somebody walk by my table. Or see, she's showing me peeking around the corner, so it's not like a full body. It's like she's peeking around the corner, so you'll see your hair fall down, kind of that kind of an image. But when you turn your head, there's nothing there. You're going to see it here. So try not to turn your head, and I still haven't mastered that. I still turn my head, and I can see them full head on, and they still it disappears when I turn to look at them. It's just the way it works. Don't know why. Don't know how it works that way, but it does. So trust when you see a movement out of the corner of your eye, like somebody peeking around a corner, trust that that's her. Validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to give her permission to come into your house. Give her permission to come visit you. Sometimes that helps. Sometimes I'll see them stand off in a corner at somebody's house, and because they don't know whether they should step forward, they don't know if it's okay. And there's all different reasons for that, but one is they don't want to scare the hell out of you. So tell her it's okay. And once you start recognizing the signs and you let her know that you know that's her, then you'll get more. It kind of opens a door and they go, oh, I can send more. She's finally getting it, because they send signs all the time. Okay. Even with what I do, I was going to the cemetery at least once a week and asking Bob, standing there at the grave, where's my damn sign? Where's my damn sign? 10 times in a row, the white butterfly would come over, circle me, and leave. Well, it took the 10th time, go, there's your sign, Rhonda. And then I have white butterflies everywhere. Everywhere. They would show up at certain places, like, do I really want to go in this person's house? And there was a white butterfly right next to the door, messing around. So yours is not a white butterfly. But watch for that repeating thing like that. Something that keeps, little thing that keeps repeating. That maybe she pops into your head, like when you see it. And then you'll see it again, then you'll see it again. She's not saying what it is or if it's going to be, she says it's going to be something new. So maybe she hasn't quite figured out what this sign's going to be. I said, well, what's another sign? And she says, puff, puff, pass. So the smell of the puff, puff, pass, you'll get a whiff of it. Doesn't mean anybody around, it doesn't count if you're standing next to somebody that's doing it. Again, you can be in the store or in your car, it doesn't matter. And you get that smell, validate or acknowledge her. And Tell her, thank you, Mom. Love it. She says, you're a beautiful child, inside and out. Couldn't have asked for a better child. Oh, and she grabs her hair and she goes like this. When you were little younger, pulled my hair out a few times. Couldn't have asked for a better child. I know you miss me. Something about the ground. I don't know what she just said something about the ground. I'm not sure what she's trying to show me. Is she buried, or did you spread some ashes on the ground? I'm not. Something along that line. Something about the ground. The ground you walk on, she says. She's not elaborating. Watch out for the people that think they are holier than thou. She says those are the ones you need to go back up. I might love you, but you need to back up. So I don't know if she's talking about somebody already in your life or if she's talking about in general. The ones that think they're better than everybody else. Sorry, my phone. Keep them at arm's length. You can still talk to them. You can still love them. Doesn't mean you have to absorb any of the holier than thou stuff. Whiskers. Did you have a pet named Whiskers? A cat? I'm assuming it would be a cat. It didn't have to be. It could be a catfish. I don't know. She said something about whiskers, but it feels like it's an animal. She's just acknowledging. Somebody that felt like a sister to her. Does not have to be a blood sister. I always tell people the little lady next door can feel more like your grandmother than your real blood grandmother clear across the country that you talk to once a year at Christmas. Somebody about her age that felt like a sister, kindred spirit sister to her, is there with her, was already there with before she got. Oh, already there? Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to take that back because I'm not 100% on that. I'm not sure which one got there first, but whoever was there first greeted the other one when they got there. Party time, standing there with a beer in their hand. Would you expect anything less of me? I'm okay. I am perfectly okay. Orange County, orange. She's not talking about the fruit. Orange Blossom Special, Orange County, orange something, orange, but it's not the fruit. Orange County, I think that's California. Not sure what she's referring to. Sometimes they just throw stuff out there. It's her game, her show. There's a younger male that she wants you to tell them that she loves them. Somebody, I feel like it's closer to your age. She's not saying who it is. You're beautiful just the way you are. Don't let them change you. You know in your heart of hearts what you need to do and what you want to do. Do what's in your heart and fuck the rest of them. Don't let them stop you. Be the best version of you, not what other people say is the best version of you, what you say is the best version of you. And again, she says, heart of hearts, go back to your heart. What's in your heart? What is it that you really want in your heart? And don't, and she's like almost showing like a wall, like don't listen to any of them. Don't follow their rules, she says. Do not follow their rules. Dance to the beat of your own drum. I did, but not enough. Don't make the same mistake. Do what you know is in your heart. I love you. I cannot stress this enough. Be who you want to be. Set your soul free. Okay, so it's like the grandson, when he was a teenager, well, he's still a teenager, but we came walking out of Culver's middle of Saturday afternoon, and I'm dancing across the parking lot. And he says, "Really, Grandma?" And I said, "Do you think I give a rat's ass about those people looking out the window and what they think of me, their judgment of me? Hell no. If I feel like dancing, I danced at Worlds of Fun. If I feel like dancing and boogieing around, I'm going to do it. I don't care what they think." That's the attitude she's wanting for you. Not in a hurtful way, not in a something that's going to hurt somebody because I don't give a shit, but in a way that you don't let them put you in a box. And I preach about the box all the time. And that's what she's kind of trying to get to you. Stop worrying about all their judgments. They're not living your life. It's not their it's that your path is not their path. They can't force you. If you allow somebody to force you onto something that they believe because it's their path, you're going to be miserable. That's where she's coming from. She's really very, very strong about this. Ask her to help you with this. I promise you, 1,000%, I don't know if I already said this, she can see you, she can hear you. Give her permission. She cannot override your free will choice. You can say no to anything. But ask her to help you with this, and she will find a way to open a door to maybe somebody brand new out of the blue will just step into your life, and could be, I hear a soulmate. Soulmates are not just opposite sex. Soulmates are not just partners. We have many soulmates in our life. Soulmates, my best friend is one of my soulmates. She's absolutely a soulmate. You can have a soulmate on the computer clear across the world. Soulmates come in all different sexes and sizes and shapes, and I feel like you've got a female soulmate coming. Like I said, nothing to do with sex. Well, could be. It's not my deal. I think you'll just know it when you feel it. I feel like it's somebody new, somebody that's going to help you do what she's trying to express to you. And it's kind of when you meet a soulmate, it's like you've known them before, because you have. And I know you probably don't believe in past lives and all that stuff, but you do know them. You just feel that energy, that connection. So just be aware of that if you feel that, and all of a sudden there's a new person. I feel like she's got longer hair. So anyway, keep that in mind. Ask Mom to help you. Ask her to help you recognize this one that's going to help you progress. And ask her to bring you more signs. Ask her. I can't promise that she's going to do everything you ask, but within reason, yes. In some way, shape, or form. However they can handle it on their end, she'll do her best to make sure that happens here. But there's also lessons you're supposed to learn here. So I don't know. That's getting too complicated. Sorry. I love you, baby girl, more than you know. Love doesn't die. Love continues on and on and on and on. She says, I know this doesn't sound like me, but I've learned a lot since I've been here. And with that, she's going to leave. She's flipping her hair. She's kind of flipping her hair around as she's leaving. Maybe that's something, a habit she used to do. Yeah, she's pulling it up, kind of like a little rooster tail. And with that, she's leaving. Okay, much love to you, my dear. I hope this helps in some way. So just talk to her and ask her a few things, and then see what pops up within the next few days. Something in that will remind you of her, and you'll get answers in some way, shape, or form. See you later. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Thank you for allowing me to be her voice.